And we're back. So this is Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days, a game of which I've played a great deal in the last several weeks. But there's new stuff coming out. They're changing things. They're updating things constantly because it's an early access game. So I'm gonna play it. We're gonna see how you all feel about it. This is set in the summer of 1980. So we are on the cusp of the 70s and 80s. A zombie outbreak in a coastal city in Texas. And actually, I want to make a few quick changes here. Graphics. You should be set to... there you go, 1440p. Graphics quality should be high. VSync should be on. Dynamic resolution, DLSS. I guess we could do that. Quality. High. We'll apply all of that. And we're not doing keyboard, or we're not doing controller. I think I like the aesthetic already. I love the aesthetic on this game. I think it's fantastic. Here, let me get my stupid little thing set up here. There we go. Gaming cam and gaming overlay. If I move me around a little bit, I like the font. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really sure where to put myself in this one, so I'm just gonna leave myself there for now, and we'll see how it fits. But we can always move me if need be. Play on normal. Yes, I'm sure I want to play on normal. And you get to pick different survivors.
People of Walton, this is your mayor, John Ward. Now, I want to take a moment to thank y'all for your patience, resolve in these most challenging times. It's that Southern spirit, it's that Texas grit that gives me full confidence that we'll not only get through this crisis, but come out stronger on the other side. I only wish I could be here to see it, huh? However, folks, I regret to announce that today I'll be moving my office to a secure spot outside the city limits. Now, no need to go assuming the worst. All right. This move is strictly to facilitate better coordination with our boys in uniform, who are at this very moment putting together a surefire plan to retake our city and eradicate the... Huh? Let's get wait. The where? Excuse me. So just, hold tight, secure your homes, and I assure you, hello, the tide will turn. God bless you. God bless you.
I'm not sure if anyone out there is still listening to this trash, but if you are, know this. Nobody is coming to help you. There's no plan. Look. What they did, it's wrong. It's all wrong. We are trapped. And staying here isn't an option. You have to get out. Escape the city any way you can. Get out now.
And there you go. That's just a little taste of what the world looks like. So silly people, that's not how you sit in a chair. It's a top tier CB setup. I was pretty solid. They should have made an introduction video for that, like the door opening video. CB. What does CB stand for? Just like ham radio. It's like the amateur two-way radio. Communication broadcast? Is that what CB's for? Oh no. They should have made an introduction video for that, like the door opening video, though. I'm curious what you're referencing. The door opening video? So we get different choices for characters of who to start with, and it's always a pair of two. CP is Citizen Band. Okay. Yeah, there are some mistakes that can easily be made. Posture is a big one. What? What? Oh, no, that's... No, he was talking about the way that the zombie was like in the chair. It was, I mean, yeah, you can make fun of how I sit in a chair if you like. I've got terrible posture. I got gamer neck like you wouldn't believe. But, so each one of these people, like Tracy, went to the rodeo to protest their treatment of horses, not to fall for Wayne, a rugged bronc rider who somehow won her over. First of all, how did he win her over? Because she would really, really dislike the fact that he was a rugged bronc rider. If in fact she were there to protest the treatment of the horses. Despite their different backgrounds, the pair's connection was like lightning, and they quickly began planning a future together. On the night of the outbreak, Tracy's pregnancy test came back positive, and the couple now find themselves facing both the dead and the ramifications of starting a family in this hostile world. Tracy has will to live. Melee damage is significantly increased while on low health. Determined, this survivor is resistant to morale loss from low needs. Non-drinker. Alcohol items cannot be consumed. Alcohol can be used to boost your morale, but it's not necessary by any stretch of the imagination. So Tracy is arguably like the perfect player. The fact that she keeps her morale up no matter what's happening is fantastic. Meanwhile, Wayne over here, Thrill Seeker, gains the adrenaline state from damage, which boosts morale. Okay, cool. So you need to get hurt for him to have high morale. Weird. Moonshiner can craft crude moonshine from the cooking area. All right, well, he's not making that for his wife who can't drink, so he's making it for himself. So he's going to get drunk while his wife is pregnant and there are zombies around. Good luck, Wayne. Restless. Spending a phase without leaving the shelter results in morale loss. This dude literally has to leave the shelter every turn or he loses morale. What the fuck, dude? You got a pregnant wife back home, or girlfriend at least. Take care of your goddamn woman. Just Tracy seems like a wonderful human being. Wayne seems like a pile of shit. I don't know what she sees in him, but whatever. I was just being silly with the chair stuff. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. We shall continue the chair talk. We need a standing ovation and then a chair demonstrate. No, guys, please do not redeem the crowd of the applause that gets wild. I can't do the joke right now. My foot is so fucking bad. I cannot climb onto this desk right now. It's not gonna happen. Hal and May, after his parents' passing, Hal feels a deep responsibility to ensure not only that the family restaurant keeps running, but also to stop his younger sister ending up like him. He sees her academic success as a way to repay his debt and atone for the shame he caused his parents. What was that shame, Hal? Hal is a martial artist, increased attack speed while unarmed, and can perform a powerful kick, which is cool. Chinese cuisine can cook braised pork belly at the cooking station. Good food is very beneficial in this game. Harsh reminder, increased morale loss while this survivor has the grief state. So if he's grieving, he grieves extra hard. May, engineering student, occasionally creates useful items when stationed at the communal area. Okay, that's cool. So I don't even need to put her at the ammo station or the weapon station or the food station. She just makes useful shit when she's in, like, social area. Small stomach, loses less hunger each phase. Excellent. Shy, loses morale when there are more than 3 survivors in the shelter. That kind of sucks, because having only 3 is not great. Having 4 would be much, much better. Me too, May. Me too. Daryl and Leo, basically Daryl's an athlete and Leo is Leo is the athlete and Daryl is his coach. He's got an iron stomach. He can eat anything without getting an upset stomach, but he can only cook slop at the cooking station, so his food sucks. And Leo here needs more food per turn. He's really good with melee weapons and he can take more damage in combat, like he can take hits harder. Cool. Sebastian and Diane. Sebastian's a gunsmith and a marksman, so he's good at making weapons and good at using them. Jaded, he just has a reduced morale baseline. Like he's just not going to be as happy as the other people, period. Diane, untiring. This is rest lower than other survivors, super useful. Optimist, survivor has a higher morale baseline. Cool. Poor craftsperson, barricade repair is less effective, so she's shit for repairing barricades. I like how the traits are set up too. I think they're really cool. Hector and Kayla, I've played through as them before. Gearhead gains an extra component resource from each dismantled item. That's actually really useful. Fortifier, barricades are cheaper to repair. Also really useful. Insomniac, loses more rest each phase. Honestly, yeah, okay, he needs to sleep a little bit more often than the others, but it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. He's really not bad. Kayla, evasive, small chance of not taking damage in combat, so every once in a while when somebody swings on you, they just won't hit you. Escape artist, create more lockpicks when crafting at the workbench. What's your daughter getting up to there, Hector? What's happening? Lightweight, reduced backpack space. Okay, instantly useless. That means that this guy, who is geared towards building a home, has to go out. Because she can't carry as much shit. That's no good. I don't care if she's really good at avoiding damage. Why send her on a run if she can't carry as much salvage? No, thank you. Daphne and Penny. This is my girl. Penny right here is a blade expert, so she's better with edged weapons. And sneaky. She makes less noise when scavenging. Haunted. Undead attacks may also add a trauma state. So in addition to getting injured, she might wind up with nightmares and stuff like that because she's not well. Daphne is a troubled teen and... Sorry, Penny is a troubled teen and Daphne is her counselor. Daphne has first aid training, so she crafts more items at the medical desk. She's a good cook, which means that she makes more food at the cooking station. And she's a pacifist, which means she's no good for attacking. That's okay. Keep her at the base. Keep her making food and medicine. Win-win. So this team, in my opinion, is hands down the best team to start with. They have a lot of good things going for them. These pairings are genius. You got to balance the traits out. Yeah. And for like Tracy and Wayne here, I couldn't be less interested in Wayne. This whole thrill seeker, restless, spending a phase without leaving the shelter results in morale loss. That means I have to use him as my person. And then even when he sleeps, he'll lose morale because he didn't go out that phase. This guy's a problem. He's a liability. How and May are fine. How's fighting ability isn't really that exciting. I goofed around with it for a few, but it's kind of like, I could care less. And that May thing being you lose morale if there are more than 3 survivors in the shelter, that's crippling. I've never played as these two, and I might give it a shot at some point. I might give these guys a shot at some point. I have played with these guys, and I have gotten all the way to the end with it. There are several different endings, though, so that's one thing. These guys, I escaped, but Penny died. And Penny will have justice. So I'm going to start the game as Daphne and Penny. Because I want Penny. I was so upset when she died. She's such a badass. And it bummed me out. So we've got you, Penny. Those zombies will pay. Exactly. Now you can do I'm new to the game. I'm not going to. I'm just going to hit I know what I'm doing. Fun fact, different start location for different players or each time you play the game. I'm not 100% sure what dictates it. All I know is that when I started as Hao and May, they started in a Chinese restaurant in a completely different part of town. If they ain't no friend of Penny's, then they ain't no friend of us. Exactly. It's this style of game. It is, have you ever played this War of Mine? Because it feels like this War of Mine. That's what the game reminds me of. The barricades are in bad shape and there's barely enough here to survive. We need to move to a new shelter as soon as possible and then find a way to escape this hellhole. It will be done. Yeah, this is not the same place I started in when I played the game originally. So that's fun. I haven't played that. I only know the stuff. I'm seeing snippets of Fallout Shelter. Oh, this is nothing like Fallout Shelter, I promise. Fallout Shelter's a fun little game, but it is ultimately just like a silly little game. So let's see here. We're gonna need lockpicks. And we're gonna need... What do we have? Do I have any weapons? Yeah, I have. Okay, good. Alright. Then let's pick a place to go to. I'm gonna let you two call them. Hitchpost is a restaurant. Jay's Motel, pretty straightforward. It's a motel. Wash and dry laundromat. Just keep in mind, the threat level is real. And what they say here, base resources or medical, they've got some of that. This one's got more base resources for more crafting ingredients, but more medical and food, which can be useful. This place has actually a fair amount of both, but there's 2 skulls, which means it's higher danger. So I'm gonna leave that decision up to you two. Start with the motel. Motel seems safe, but also a risk of people. The threat level gives you a pretty good idea of what you're walking into, so I think that's good. You guys both said motel, so we're doing motel. I'm bringing a screwdriver, a spiked plank, and a couple of lockpicks. Hell, I'll bring all the weapons. Why not? Okay, so now we go out into the world, and we need to raid. We need to gather resources. Now, the zombies, you'll notice, are just kind of hanging out in the background. This game has a background, where you're at, and a foreground. If you make too much noise and draw attention, zombies from the background and foreground will come into the midground and attack you. So it is worth being very careful, indeed, what you do. Now, I am the stealthiest character in the game, so that helps. But there are certain rooms, and this is where you just peek through the door. Just give me a little look there. I don't see anything, so let's open her up. Oh, there's one in the corner, but that's background, not foreground. Or that's foreground, not... That one will stay, as long as I'm quiet. Likewise, if I'm on these stairs, nobody is going to see me because I'm in the background. So it's about carefully managing... They also don't see me from this far away. But I do have to... Can you raid the vending machines? Only when you see things with an icon. And the icons only appear when you get close. So you just have to kind of investigate. Did she turn around? She turned around. She's walking away now. She went a long-ass ways. Don't you turn around, bitch. Now, thankfully, a screwdriver is a nice, quiet way to take somebody down. I watch these guys to see if they turn around and stuff. They don't tend to notice that the door is open. Gotta love the classic screwdriver and ice pick weapons. Well, my bread and butter is anything that works well from stealth. Alright, we've got a new location that we've scouted thanks to our telescope here. And here's where we start making choices. I don't need a brick. I don't need firecrackers. They may seem useful, but honestly, they're a bit crap. I do need anything I can build with. So components, super useful shit. Tape? I can use tape. Firearm parts. Okay. I have never found a reason to have things that you can sell. So far. I'm sure it'll come up at some point, but for right now, I have never found a reason that I would want an expensive watch. Useful for trading. Nope. Not useful for anything as far as I can tell. So if I wanted to, I could drop down here, but that would probably alert that zombie. And maybe the one behind it. So we're not going to do that. Look at the way the ankle's twisted. They just stay in these bizarre positions. And when they're walking around, they do little twitches and stuff. They're really, really wonderfully awful. So somebody had a bad time in that room. So whatever this was bad time right here. I can duck into it. I'm surprised the TV hasn't drawn it in. Well, constant noises don't seem to bother them. It's sudden, sharp noises that catch their attention. But if they came in and the TV was making noise, they're just like, I guess that's just a part of my life now. I hear footsteps. Oh. This is why you gotta be careful. I heard footsteps. A lot of the zombies in this are kind of sneaky. That's why I always bring your lockpicks. Hey, look at that. Broken G911 pistol. I can't grab anything from that just yet. But I will. Because this weapon is low on durability. And when it breaks, I'll have more room in my inventory. So you can repair the broken guns with some weapon parts? Exactly. I want those bullets. I don't need wood at the moment, and I honestly won't need alcohol for a while, so I'll take these. There. That's worth it to me. I'll need wood eventually, but for right now, I should be fine. And you can run, or you could just walk, but I tend to sneak everywhere. It just works out better. Makes the game a little slower, but a whole lot more survivable. Oh, hey, here's an opportunity. So my character's hunger meter down here, a little ways to go. While we're out and about, I like to nab me a little bit of food. Out the vending machine. I don't just hear one. I hear two distinct voices in there. If I open this door, he's looking in my direction and he'll bolt right for me. So I'm going to go over them and then come back in from behind. Because I have no doubt that there's more stuff in that room to pick through. Now, the thing with hearing more than one voice, one of them could be in the background. That guy was definitely on the same plane as me. So I didn't want to fight with him. But the other voice that we were hearing, there could be 2 or 3 of them just in the background. Weapon destroyed, which frees up an inventory space, and that's just fine. I brought 2 lockpicks with me, so look at this. I can carry all that crap now. I don't need a 6-pack of beer, but I will take these parts. And if I want to run off, I can. There we go. And when you get back, you're in the night phase. So Penny and Daphne were pleased with the big scavenging haul. That increased their morale by a portion you see there. Maddening thirst. The air shimmers with heat. One by one, survivors find themselves eyeing up the water supplies, licking their lips. Shit. Well, I don't have enough water for them, so I guess I'm going to have to hit deny. It's hard to think straight in this heat. Words slur mid-sentence. The walls have started to tilt and sway. All survivors gain the sunstroke state. That's a real rough start. Those are called curveballs. Little events like that they're just random. But I've never had one hit me like after day 1 like that. That's brutal. I think this is the most strategic zombie game I've seen. I think Project Zomboid would have you have it beat there. Mental state. The delirium makes focusing difficult, and the chance of making a mistake goes through the roof. Chance of health loss when crafting. Treated by recovering rest at rest area. Okay. So if I decide to do some crafting at the moment, I could hurt myself. But other than that, it doesn't actually have any profound impact on me. Everything has exactly the effect that it says that it has. I can't afford to send you to bed yet. You need to do more work. We need to scavenge more. Frankly, I want to go to the hitch post. It's got a lot of resources for me to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and do this restaurant at night, which comes with its own set of problems. Door's busted in, so there's no protection from behind there. That one's locked with or barred with a chair in front of it. Little guy in the foreground, but we can deal with that. We got him here. Good. You don't want to be in that room too long. If you sit still for too long, supposedly those zombies will jump up at you. And I don't need that. I don't need that at all. Take it you lose some vision through the keyhole at night. I think in general visibility is far weaker at night. Going out in the daytime, I mean it's visibly darker in here. This is a basement room anyway, so it would be kind of dim. I'd really rather I had a quieter weapon to work with. Blades would be nice. Okay, good. I backed off because I was afraid that noise was gonna wake up this one, but it doesn't appear to have done so. And again, I don't want to be here for longer than I have to be. And I want to be as far from her as possible when I crack him open. Now, some of those bodies you see in the background could just be dead bodies. There's no guarantee that any of those are actually zombies. I kind of want to break it into the Queen pole dance scene from Shaun of the Dead with all those pool cues. They it does make me think of that too. Oh, bolt cutters. All right, well, I can't get in there. This room in particular does kind of look like the Winchester, doesn't it? Don't need beer. Don't need pebbles. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's just a door to the outside world. It's got that Winchester vibe. You can see somebody doing a lock-in here. That's barred. That main room, they defended that pretty well, huh? There's a guy over there just standing. Now, he almost saw me. Did you hear that audio effect that happened there? That's a warning, like you are being detected. And if it goes on for long enough, then you get caught. But I don't want to be seen by him if I can avoid it, because he will give me cause for grief. Feet. Patrolling. I knew this one was facing the other way, but I had a feeling there'd be more. There's a lot of really great audio stuff going on in this game. And honestly, I feel like it's not... going to get appreciated. So I'm turning it up. Gotcha, bitch. I love that what you see isn't always what's happening, like the nearly invisible patrolling zombie. Yeah, you could go into a situation feeling relatively confident, and then find out that you were a fool. It's another place where lockpicks would have really come in handy. Believe it or not, that one is background. Definitely gives it that realistic vibe that shit will go wrong regardless of planning. Yeah, because shit will. Like this bitch behind me. Or two. I knew as soon as I saw them in the pool there, I knew that that weapon was going to cause enough noise to bring them down on me. And now I'm stuck in this rather shit situation. They'll be hyper for a few, but then they'll calm down and start moving at regular speed again. And I just need to hang here. That worked out about as well as it could have, honestly. Used up a little bit of durability. Some death metal. Nice. And now I'm going to have nightmares, which is going to impact my ability to sleep. Because I took a risk, and for the most part it paid off. But yeah, it's really, really involved. And I think it's just going to get better and better. And it's just good that I had this door closed, otherwise all that guitar work might have woken this one up too. Now what I want to know is, will I take damage if I drop down onto the party porch here? And I think the answer is yes. See why you were playing this so much is really up my... Yeah, it 100% is. Bruised ribs. That's quite bad. Penny here is now officially in really bad shape. It's nothing she can't shake off with a med kit and some sleep. But it's clearly been a bad time. Honestly, I'm just gonna fucking run for it. You see that one getting up from the noise I made? I was like, nope. Alright, good. Daphne lost sunstroke. And the barricades have been attacked. I'm still suffering from sunstroke, but I need rest. I'm healing. So you can see I healed quite a bit between going and getting home, but my character is hurting. Their ribs are damaged. I'm going to have nightmares. I'm not going to sleep well tonight. Probably not going to recover my rest meter anywhere near as much as I'd like to. But I gathered enough materials that I now might be able to make this cooking station, which is going to be just incredibly important. Lost nightmares and lost sunstroke, so she's doing okay now. And we've got a food station and some more lockpicks. Her ribs are still healing, but she's doing good. She's okay. Actually, I'm gonna set you to work in the kitchen, Daphne, because you are a fantastic cook and you will produce much food. Good times. So all the meat and vegetables that I found, that's going to be a ton of food that we can eat. Meanwhile, I've already got snacks. So I'm going to have her eat some of those snacks. And then we'll be right as rain in no time. And despite the nightmares, I still filled up my rest completely. So, honestly, fuck it. Where to? We've got Record Store. We've got Griffith & Sons Hardware. Galaxy Zone Arcade. Ashby Hoarder's House. The ones that have little house icons are ones that I could relocate to. Has to be the hardware store? Okay. More base resources with fewer enemies. Fantastic. I'm going to bring... Good. All right. Especially if the barricades have been attacked. Yeah. It's... They attack very lightly at the beginning and then start attacking a lot harder later on. So... Can I climb that post? Yes, I can. I can climb this post. That's terrific. Can't park there, mate. Really unprofessional. Okay, so they're all just hanging about in there. I really hope there isn't anybody in that hallway beyond. I just found a grenade. They had a grenade in the hardware store. I'm just letting you know. Let's see here. What did I just find? Gas can, which there's going to be a use for it at some point, but they haven't implemented it yet, so there's no point. And if you find gasoline, there's no point in keeping it. Fucking saw him sneak up. Did you see that shit? Adding the fuel can for drivable cars to get away or generators. I'm not sure. Not sure what to expect, to be honest with you. I don't... he genuinely can't see me when I'm on here like this. Bong! Please don't wake the neighbors. Thank you. Some pills, but I'm not going to take those. It's random pills in a bag and it puts a random effect on your character when you use it. I think that's hilarious. It could be a beneficial effect. I don't like that sound. It's getting closer. Alright, that's it for that one. We'll use the pull cue. Rip that guy. Oh, he dead. Oh shit, he fucking dead. What am I hearing? Okay, so we've done the entire top floor. And the roof. Encore! No, I'm afraid there will be no encore. I destroyed the guitar. I poured motor oil on it and then lit it on fire on the stage and knelt next to it, making eerie gestures. All the cool rock stars destroy the guitar. Agreed. That's how it's done. Oh, I forgot to mention that there is actually a system in this for... what's the word I'm looking for? A flashlight. And the enemies genuinely don't seem to give a rat's ass about light. This doesn't seem to bother them in the slightest. It's weird, but here we are. That's interesting. I guess reanimation only has the eyes effect for very close up. Maybe. I think as a general rule, it seems to be... No, man. There's good stuff in there. I want those components. Well, I guess I'll have to trade some pants for them. That's fine. I can afford to trade pants. I've got pants aplenty. Yeah, I'm not sure what the exact mythos behind these zombies is. They do... It seems that a lot of them are just sort of in a catatonic state, where they're sort of only semi-conscious of their surroundings. A pile of dirty clothes. A large heap of dirty clothing was found outside the shelter, and no one wants to wear them, but the material might be useful. That's how you get bed bugs. I need to rest now. Enjoy the rest of the stream, guys. Okay, well then, thank you for showing up, and I hope you enjoyed Little Kitty Big City. And we'll just be here goofing off playing this. But I hope you have a good night. Have some meat stew and some vegetable soup. And you have some meat stew and some vegetable soup. Good. And now we've got food for a couple of days, which is fantastic. Don't have ingredients enough to make more, but we will. We will. Meanwhile, upgrades. Upgrades for the stations. Do that one. Penny, you can get to work on fixing up the barricades. There we go. Argued about certain people not pulling their weight. Well, we were both working, so I don't see why either of us would be picking on the other about that, but, well, here we are. It's a good thing I repaired those barricades, because the undead have attacked again. Riot. Wow, a lot more curveball events. This is weird. While picking through a pile of junk, we found a few pieces of battered riot gear. Most of it is unwearable or broken, but thankfully there's a police baton that hasn't been smashed to pieces. We can always use more weapons. Yes, we can. We can always use more weapons. Do you want to craft me another cooking station? We need a little bit more wood. Damn. Then I hope you have a good sleep. Medical area, weapons workbench. I want that cooking station. Pronto. I can handle just about everything else, but I need to be able to cook. You rest. While you go out. Where's the next place? Done the hardware store. We've got Value Records, the taxi depot, Red Mile gas station. Just need to craft the superior mace from Days Gone, and they stand no chance at that. I love the superior mace. Galaxy Zone Arcade. The hardware store, Ashby Hoarder's house. Gas station would have good food, maybe? I don't usually think of gas stations as being the place for food. Well, it does. It says it has one block of food, but it has more base resources, which we could absolutely use. And if I can make a better chef station, then I get a recipe that lets me use 1 vegetable and 1 meat. Instead of having to use 2 vegetables or 2 meat, I get one that lets me split it. So, Hoarder House is a big question mark. Let's take a look. It says it's got some base resources, some weapons, and some food. It also says that it has a water collector, which, if we take it as our house, would be kind of neat. But so does Galaxy Zone Arcade. I'll go with your first suggestion. I'll go with the gas station. Oh, it's outside my circle, so I can't go to it yet. We'd have to move our home, which our home is here right now. So we'd have to move to either the record store or the arcade to get close enough to get to the gas station. Preference? Which is easier? Well, this one's 3 stars and this one's 1. So I guess we'll go with Value Records then. So it shall be written, so it shall be done. Plus, you can get armed up there and then take on the arcade as a house once ready. Yes. Yes, I can. Shelter equipment. Someone held up here. Someone sure did. Didn't appear to work out for them. Oh, well, that's blocked. So upstairs it is, I guess. They died with some good tunes, though. In terms of morale, this place would be a huge boost. Oh, hello. Like, honestly, a record store would be a great place to hole up. You could listen to music and it would calm you down, or it would, you know, get you amped up for a fight or something. There would be definite benefits to having music in the apocalypse. Skewered your ass. Okay. Have a look around up on the roof. Tennis court. Seems like a dumb idea. You'd be very likely to lose your racket. Not your racket, your ball. You probably wouldn't lose your racket very easily. Imagine how many tennis balls they... Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Alright, billy club. I got a billy club here. The net could be handy, though. Jury-rigged fishing net or hammock. Oh, okay. 38 Irving Drive. The best house on the worst street. Better than having the worst house on the best street, I'll tell you that. Actually, that is not at all true. I would rather live in the worst house on the best street. Living on the worst street would kind of suck. A really clever bitch. You don't know where I am. The fact that she got me on those stairs really pissed me off. Gotcha, bitch. Bet you didn't know I could do that, did you? Yeah, a little juke. I like that. All threats cleared. You are now able to move in. Well, isn't that great? Still pissed me off. Most uncool of her to jump like that and get me on the stairs. I know it says once you move in, you'll pick up everything, but I don't know. Having the best house would make people want to visit, and that's a big no-no. The best house on the worst street. Everybody in your shitty neighborhood would be jealous of you. Okay. You've got enough materials. Can you, please, make a better cooking stove? Thank you. I would love that, personally. And you... Well, hell, I'll send you right back out. Ba-da-ba-da-na-do-do-do. Ba-dee-da-dee-na-da-da-do. A-sha-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-bo. Wash and dry laundromat. Base resources and medical. Ooh. The Hitchpo still has quite a lot of shit in it. Jay's Motel. We've already been to all of this, haven't we? The only thing I can go to that's new are these two. Both potential homes. Fuck it. The hoarder's house is mostly empty. I'll go in there. Okay, so it's got a lot of crap in it. It's still a nice sturdy house. I love that craftsman style porch. Absolutely brutal animations. It wasn't just like a one and done. It was like take the end that has the little handle sticking out of it and just bang and until you just cave their head in. Absolutely brutal. There are two in there. See, a knife would be a silent kill for one of those. And I don't have that. Like the 80s theme this has too, something different about that. It is there's everything about this game. There's just something just a little bit different. I don't know if you can see him just barely. There's a hand at the very edge of watch the cone of my vision. There's a hand there and it's absolutely facing this door. So as soon as I go in there, that guy's going to scream and run at me. I don't have the patience for that kind of shit. So this is probably going to go real bad. Bon pantalon. I like your fun checkered pants. Okay. I don't know how he didn't hear that, but I'm going to count myself as thankful. Again, just absolutely brutal death animations on there. Just caving it in. Brutal. Is real lucky you didn't hear me. That's the penny advantage right there. Alright, so that weapon is almost done. I got an idea. You haven't noticed me yet? Oh, that's gonna hurt my ankle. Okay. They'll be up there now. Or she'll just be in that room. Just standing there like an idiot. Again. Did she not follow me up the goddamn stairs? Yeah, she's not out here. She just went right back to where she was. Okay, at least now she's pacing. Because now I can get behind her instead of having to try to... It looks like it weighs as much as Penny, and I just bring it down on her. Oh. This motherfucker's not joking. Please tell me there's just the one of you in here. Good. We'll go out here. Oh dear. Climb up here. Good. I love new locations. You're kidding me. I've seen people in apocalypse games take the upper part of the wrench and flip it around to create a sharp impact point for the sheer weight of the weapon. I'm trying to picture how that would work. Oh, the part that ratchets up and down, you take it out, you rotate it 180 degrees. So instead of having the thing be shaped like this, the thing is all of a sudden shaped like this, and then it's just a tooth that comes down, like, because, yeah, there's the shape of it normally, and that's a big, like, closed zone. But if you reverse it, now what you've got is just one big, like, for all of that in a one place. Yeah, that would be brutal. I mean, that would cause an astronomical amount of damage to, say, a human skull. Okay, there is but one more zombie out here. But one. And they rotate. That's very good. There we go. And good night. All threats cleared. You are now able to move in. That's awesome. This could be a really nice house. It's not, but it could be. Nice tarp water collector? Yeah. Sure, the house is a mess, but damn, it's a lot of scrap material. Yeah, it would be. Be a lot of good stuff, good usable stuff. Now, this neighborhood, it's a lot of places for things to come out at you. So I don't know if it's the best, like, location, but the building itself she's sturdy. Okay, and they're starting to get more aggressive at the gates. See, I told you, bed bug infestation. The dead aren't the only thing keeping us up at night. Bed bugs have infested the shelters. See, we brought in those rags, and now we got to throw away our bedding because we got bed bugs. Gross. Daphne, get cooking. Oh yeah. Whatever. This goulash recovers a large amount. This is the better choice. Someone didn't say don't let the bed bugs bite. Somebody was derelict in their duties. How's everybody's food situation doing? You need some stew. You can subsist on soup for a little while longer. You need to go to bed. And you also need to take a healing item. And maybe drink a 6-pack. Kids can consume alcohol. It's fine. Penny drinks a 6-pack before going to bed. And we get 6 goulash, which is fantastic. Holy shit, did you see the reflection in the mirror on the wall? Game's actually solid. The game's actually really solid. For like a little 2D side-scroller, they did a lot of work on character models and background. So it's great. But now what we really need to do is to choose a new shelter. So my question for you is, do you think we should move into the record place and move towards the gas station? Or do you think we should move in here and check out Pogo's, which has an assload of food, and the Jensen Elementary School, which has an assload of everything with a relatively low threat? That's surprising. Pogo's? Okay. Then we will move into the Ashby Hoarder's house. When you move your shelter, it says survivors assigned to stations or map locations will be unassigned. Any crafting in progress will be cancelled and reimbursed. Built stations will be moved to the new shelter. So by moving, you essentially lose nothing. But it takes the heat off of you for a little bit. It uses a round. So, like, now it's night. But it used a round of play. And now the zombie attacks will be lighter again. I'm kind of weirded out that we haven't run into any other survivors yet. And by kind of, I mean very. I'm actually very, very anxious about that. Let's go to Pogo's. Let's go to Pogo's. I'd say if this game follows logic, you'll find survivors wherever there is good shelter and water, but mainly food. There are specific places throughout the map. Specific, like, I know that the taxi station, for instance, has one of the characters who has, she's good with making medicine. I don't remember where all the characters are located, but those are consistent throughout the game. You get the same person at the same place for each one. Fun fact, this is where I work. I'm wearing a Pogo's shirt. That school may have been used after for people. Probably. Why is Pogo a beaver? Nothing worse than being back at work after the world ends. It would be dreadful. I'm just imagining, like, the world comes to a fucking end and I have to go work at I have to go to the mall again. No. That made a very satisfying sound. That cracking, that was, I mean, dreadful. Make no mistake. But very satisfying. Oops. Did the Q button. Q button. Anybody in this here turlet? Oh, I guess I won't be finding out because it's blocked. It's real blocked. I really can't tell if that one's going to jump out of the background at me, but the screwdriver should limit the noise. And therefore stop them from coming. Yes, that seems to have been the case. Honey, I hate that noise you're making. It's the fucking worst. Can I climb up here? Yeah, I can. Who's a resourceful little bitch? Look at all that. Sweet Jesus, remind me never to piss off Penny if she's holding a screwdriver. You don't want to piss off Penny if she's holding anything, dude. Okay. I don't need most of that shit, and that's fine. She's powered by teenage angst. She sure as hell is. And let me tell you, it is powerful. The fuck? Jesus, you scared the crap out of me. What are you doing here, Miguel? Look, whatever you're thinking. Hey, I used to hide out in here whenever my manager was pissing me off. I'm not going to judge. Thanks. So, if you made it here, does that mean those things are dead? Some of them, yeah. It twists me up inside to be happy about death, but good God, what a relief. You're welcome. I'd offer to take a look at any injuries they might have inflicted, but I'm all out of supplies. Are you some kind of doctor? What? No, a paramedic. Before they ditched the city, I was taking care of the sick and injured. Now I'm doing nothing, I guess. Not many people out there left to save. More than you'd think. Yeah? Well, here's hoping some of them come my way. I'm tired of feeling useless. So let's see here. States, first aid training crafts more items at the medical area for the same cost. Tits! Will to live. Melee damage is significantly increased while low on health. Okay, that could be cool. Restless. Spending a phase without leaving the shelter results in morale loss. Nope. You are a liability. Suit yourself. You seem like your morale is doing just fine for hanging out here in the turlet, so, you know. Good luck. Good luck with that. See where it gets you. I have very, very few compunctions about telling people no thank you. His other abilities were actually quite useful and would have been a boon to me. But the minute that I see that restless trait, like, I'm sorry, but dude, you're not leaving the shelter. Penny's my girl. Penny goes out on missions. There are very few people aside from Penny that I would send out on missions. I don't know if you're hearing this. Do you hear what sounds like crying? I think it's the one in the bathroom there. It could be, and it almost assuredly is. Chocolate? Everybody loves chocolate. What can I throw away to get some chocolate? Fuck's this junk food? Give me that chocolate. Getting right the fuck out of here. That is one thing that I had not considered. Is that I haven't grabbed any of the people that I usually grab. Daphne's always saying that one way of dealing with stress is to ground yourself in the moment, so she's offered to share the secrets behind some of her best dishes. Cooking for others is nothing like cooking for yourself, she says, because it's a gift. You're at your best when you're doing a good thing for someone else. 2 goulash added. We're loaded with food. Loaded with food. Just go ahead and eat some of that goulash there, sweetie. You've earned it. Daphne is chill. Daphne's a therapist. She's good people. Okay, we have a... Well, what are your traits again? You have blade expert. Increased damage when using bladed weapons. Sneaky. Makes less noise when scavenging. Knife maker. Inactive. Chance to make a makeshift knife at the start of a phase. Trait is only active when morale is very high. Okay, so if we get morale up with her, then she'll just start making us knives, which is really, really awesome. Let's go to this. I don't have the ability to fix the gun yet because I don't have enough scrap. So I'm going to need to do some more scrap runs. Meanwhile, Daphne, is there anything you can cook? Yeah, you can make more goulash. Good. Excellent. Alright, well, then you're making goulash. Penny... Papa Joel will be proud. Got the scissors and rags. Yeah, she is hardcore. She's really, really hardcore. Let's see here. CDC Field Station. Pogo's on 9th. St. Bernadette Hospital. Jensen Elementary School. I'm feeling a little sad that I feel like I should have... There's other places that I should have gone to get, and I don't remember where the people are. I don't remember where to find them. So we're just gonna have to... There aren't a lot of people to find up here. We need more people on our team, flat out. So I'm going to go on a scavenging run here, and hope that goes as well as I would like. No, where's that fucking bar? The hitch post. They had a basement with remember the basement was locked? I want in there. We're going in there. We've probably got all the good shit in there. Probably. And you can see it's still dark down here, but coming in the daytime does absolutely make a difference in every room of the building. Okay. So here's our creepy basement room. I don't see anybody in it. That doesn't mean there isn't anybody in it. See a corpse in the front. Some good stuff there. Is this... Yep, there's locked stuff in there. Okay, so that room does have some pretty good stuff. Hard to argue with getting into that basement room. That was... There's a lot of materials in there. Okay. That zombie there does not know how to play pool. No. No, it does not. that zombie would be a terrific letdown to anybody who was trying to play along with it. That's still blocked? Well, I reckon we'll have to see what we can do about that. First of all, search everything I can get here. There's a whole lot of alcohol in this bar, which is fine. I understand there would be. But I don't, strictly speaking, need that. Or pebbles, or beer, or, well, any of this, really. Shotgun shells? Sure. Junk food? Why not? But I don't need beer, and I don't need pure grain alcohol. Can't think of any uses for the pure grain alcohol just yet. That's a pair of feet. Do they turn? Beer is useless, but would be handy if it was for med purposes. True. I learned something interesting while I was at the Cooperstown Farmers Museum, talking to the apothecary. I don't know if you knew this, but hops are a good sedative. And so, regardless of the alcohol that one gets from beer, hops will help you sleep. And they were a regular part of, like, hop water was a regular part of life for, and we're not talking even like the rudimentary beer that they made back then, but like a hops, like they would take hops and put them in a jar and let them soak, and then people would drink the hop water, and that would help them sleep. Also helped with pain relief. Take that. I don't actually have a shotgun, so I don't really need shotgun shells at the moment. I would rather have wood. Which may sound absurd. But yeah, there's, I noticed, actually, that I always feel as though beer hits me harder than whiskey. Which doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense, because whiskey is definitely more alcoholic than beer. But I think it might be because of hops. I think it might be because it makes me drowsy. So in addition to the intoxicating effects of the alcohol, the drowsiness hits me. And I think that's why beer hits me harder. I don't know. Could be wrong. IKEA would be a good place for all these building parts. If I could go to a place that were like a huge, like, big box hardware store, that would be pretty rad. Let's see here. There's an ornate cross. That's fun. There's a lot of weapons parts. I don't really need an ornate cross. How about you? Does that speak to you on any level? Alright, you know what? I think I'm gonna leave. I think I'm gonna leave. I wasn't looking for an ornate cross. Funny you should... I was just looking for an ornate cross? Well, have I got... Oh, shit. Are you seeing this shit? That's ridiculous. Okay, well, I'm not 100% sure on how to deal with this guy. Guess we're just gonna do this. Shit, there's a guy behind that door. We're gonna go down here. Where that guy can't get us. Yeah? What do you think about that? He'll calm down. He'll calm down in a minute. Can I really just go up here? Yes, I can. That's hilarious. Good thing for me, you're a special combination of blind and stupid. There we go. How was there a zombie that... Those are places I'd already been. How are there zombies there? He's not too down about it. Good news is the only way is up. At this point, I don't think he's getting back up. And honestly, I have no intention of returning to this location. Argued over the sensible use of communal supplies. I don't see why that's a point you should argue on. You've both been doing really, really well, and there's no reason to fight. Period. I want to upgrade that station so I can make axes, or tomahawks. Because tomahawks are super useful. So what do I need? I need more metal and more screws to make more of that. Yeah, the bar patrons in that place sucked. It was a complete dive, and I hated the ambiance, if I'm being honest with you. Alright, you go to bed or something. I don't know. Gotta find something to do with yourself. You want to make some filters? Not enough bottles. Okay, that's to that. Alright, well then you'll go to sleep, and you'll go someplace neat. I don't know. Actually, now that I think about it, didn't I want to relocate? So that I could find some more people? There was this thing here. There's a police station. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have a bad time in there. We need to meet some more people. We need to make some friends. Because we're not gonna do too good as a pair of two people. That's you need at least 3. I'm gonna go in here. With 3 skulls, and I've only got 2 weapons on me. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go over here. This is prepare for. No. No, I don't want to do that. How do I get back to where was my base to start with? Where did I start? I didn't used to live here. Somehow I moved up here. And I don't know how I got here. Wasn't this my house? No, it was not. Did somebody move here? No, I'm not going to scavenge what was my house. Did they move in? I had the apartment before. Yeah. So now I'm in Ashby Hoarder house. And then there was this, and then... I think somebody's moved into my house. It's got nothing in it, and yet there's a threat there. So that kind of sucks. I guess I have to... That's a bad time for me. And who I am as a person at this particular moment. Alright, fine. Well, I guess I have to do Galaxy Zone Arcade, and I'm going to have to get really creative and weird with it. Like, I'm going to bring explosives, and... I mean, here we go. We'll give it a shot. This could get real ugly real quick. I don't know what to expect from this. This could get real ugly. Going into a place with one weapon, with a screwdriver and an already mostly broken weapon. Just not filling me with confidence. Oh, and if you're thinking that this level's really dark, yeah, it's really fucking dark. Ah, she'll be grand. I sure hope so. It's a bitch by the door. See, that is not ideal. That's a bad time. That's what that is. Yeah, turned at the exact last second. The absolute last second. Brutal. No. Okay, first of all, we're going to go down to the bottom of this ladder, and we're going to remind our character to be in stealth mode. That's important. And then secondly, we're going to wait very patiently. Can you even see anything right now? Like, can you see the guy who's walking by me? And who I guess saw me? Okay. So, as he comes in, we have to move down, or he'll see us. There she is. Okay, that's one down. And there he is. And then we go down here. And he's going to come in. And I have to go down a little further. So he won't spot us. And then we wait until he goes past. And then turns back. And then we get him. And that's it for the quiet part, because we don't have any more quiet weapons. So from here on out, we have to play it loud. And I don't exactly like playing it loud, if I'm being honest with you. I much, much, much prefer. Oh, look at how many. Okay. That's one. I'll be amazed if this next one doesn't use up the weapon. If this weapon survives the next hit, that will be terrific. Poor guy's gonna have a headache now. Oh man, you'd have so much worse than a headache, I gotta tell you. Can you see any of this? I'm in a peckish mood, so we're having ice cream. I like ice cream. See, just enough that they're moving. Okay. I'm gonna be absolutely amazed if that doesn't break. Okay, we get one more hit out of her, and that's wonderful. Because we gonna need it. Although that upper level is darker than Satan's ring piece. That's fair. And now that I'm up here, a little better. Now that I'm down here, a little worse. So that's just the field of vision. Looks like she's an employee. She seems to be wearing some sort of space suit. Like a futuristic. Okay, if there are any more Zed between me and the door, we got ourselves a problem. Well, we got the light. Now what I really need is to loot something that has a weapon in it. That'd be marvelous. God damn, that's loud. What was loud? Opening up the shutter? The gate, not the gate. Oh, okay. All right. All right, so that's, and there's a person there. So yeah, I need a weapon. There's not much more that I can do. There's literally nothing I can do until I go someplace and get a weapon. So this sucks. This sucks. That sucks. That sucks a little bit. The thing about that is that it kind of sucks. Being totally weaponless, bad time. And strange markings. Though through the shelter window, we caught sight of a figure carrying an oversized pack. The stranger darted into the road, wrenched open a manhole, and disappeared. There's a stenciled mark on the pavement near the opening. No idea what it means. Interesting. Okay. Well then... Can we make weapons? Do we have... I don't have enough ingredients for knives. I only have enough ingredients for a makeshift hammer. This blows, dude. This is real bad. We're like in a supply shortage here. An underground sewer cult. Dismantling station. Aha. A dismantling station. Now we're talking. Where do we go? Where can I go? Where can I even go? I hate that I'm like trapped here. Because I need materials. To make crafted weapons. I have nothing. I'm like completely fucked at the moment. And I can't go... fuck it. I'm gonna have to go back to this. I have to go back here. It's the only thing that makes sense. I'm gonna use grenades if I have to. I just don't even understand what happened. This is where I started. Is it not? Is this not where I started? I'm seriously weirded out. God damn is right. I've officially used a grenade to take out one enemy. We've reached an all-time low. Why has my life gone so wrong? That should have done it, right? That has to have killed the both of them. There's nothing in it. There's nothing here. There's no resources. This is absolutely, unquestionably where I started. There's nothing to harvest here. So all that we have found is the lower floor that has nothing in it. Discovered every location of the area. Yeah, it's because I've already been here and I already lived here. Yeah, this was the bedroom. Okay, so it's... actual people moved in. Oh, okay. All right. So what we've done here is we've died, and there's absolutely there. Okay, we're gonna have to restart the run. We have to restart the run because we went to we did so bad. We did so bad there. So what happened was that was some bad luck. Okay, so let me explain. I already knew about that location. I already knew that when you go there, you take out the zombies in the ground floor, and then when you go upstairs, you find people, and you have to make the decision as to whether or not you kill those people. And if you kill those people, then your character suffers a morale loss from having murdered people. For the rest of the game, actually. It sticks with them for the remainder of the game. And that's rough. It's a bad time, but it's also not the end of the fucking world. My problem is that I completely ran out of weapons to the point where there would be no way to further explore any areas because I was completely out of weapons. And that's never happened to me before while playing the game. So, bad time. We did it so bad, but it is what it is. It's just a warm up. Yes, just a warm up for the game, but at least it gives you an idea of how this game works, what it feels like to play. I'm a huge fan. I can't say enough nice things about Into the Dead: Our Darkest Days. I can also say some less than nice things, like it's a little fucky. On occasion, it's just a little fucky, but that's all right. You know, games aren't perfect, and if they were, then we would never stop playing them. So it's all right. But we learned something valuable. The first thing is don't do that. don't do that at all. It is currently 4:30 p.m. here. I planned originally on playing until 5, but I can't see starting a new playthrough at 4:34. I feel like that's a bit silly, so I think I might just call it here. So I guess I'll say thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed both Little Kitty Big City and Into the Dead: Our Darkest Days. And you know, I'll be back on Wednesday, and hopefully my freaking ankle starts working again, because it is hurting. I'm in rough shape, dude. I'm having a hell of a time just walking. Oh, Maddie, you're still here? Wow. Okay, well, thanks for sticking around. And I will see you all when I see you all. But until then, it's good night and good luck.